whole pack of wolves come in here, ran my horses. I don't know, maybe an hour before I got here. Big one there. First, it'll only look like there's a couple, or maybe one, you know, and you see that wolf bounding along here. Two of them right here. This will give you an idea how many are here. These are all wolf track. See all this? All that's wolf track. All of it. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Here's the whole pack running around here. You imagine what went on here an hour and a bit ago with my horses. The terror. Look at that. Every single track you see in front of you is all fresh wolf track. Dirty little pricks. There's no game down here. There's nothing. Climbed on top of this hump. Typical wolf move. That means they hung out here for a bit, debating whether or not they're gonna take on a horse. And I have a feeling, because there's a bunch of scattered fresh stuff on here, it's probably me that pushed them off when I came out to feed. There you go. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's only a matter of time, right? Until they cross that line and dummy your pets. Well, we dummy the pets automatically. They're a little hesitant with the horses so far, but that's such a bold, sleazy little move. It's not even funny. So, time to get busy. Alright, so for all those of you watching that might not be outdoor enthusiasts or know the truth when it comes to actual game management and conservation out here, especially in British Columbia, we're basically the epicenter of timber or gray wolf central. It's unfortunate, and you can ask your dog, if you got a dog, you can ask your dog how much timber it needs to live, and or how many bushes your canine, your domestic dog requires to survive, and I'll guarantee you it's none. So out here, what's going on in British Columbia is I've got a video on this, about this topic in my back of my YouTube video library. The human footprint from all of you requiring all the minerals and all the lumber and all the natural fuels that requires for your comfort and your sustenance, your comfort. It's causing a canine explosion, a wild predator canine explosion, and a ungulate depletion here. And as a result, the wolves have exploded. They were gobbling everything up, and then they come and they try, they'll clean up pets like crazy. And when they get hungry enough, they'll come and whack horses, domestic cattle, whatever is the easiest prey. So this morning, it looks like I pushed them off when I drove up, but when I drove back here, but there's a pack of wolves came in here and tested my horses for a while by the looks of it, and ran around a bit, and they actually laid down here with them, and which that's the typical move when they do that with moose or even grizzly bears. I've seen them do the grizzlies trying to get the cubs, and it really sucks. It gets the blood boiling, so I'll tell you what. I come back here when my horse is dead by wolves, I'll probably commit my existence to eradicating them from the face of the planet. Kind of sucks. It is what it is, but I got to get busy here pretty quick and take care of this problem because nobody else is. And for a side note for all you out there about the government, unfortunately, we have allowed the politicians to be in control of what happens with the Ministry of Environment, which is an absolute mess, an absolute unfortunate move, because 100% of our politicians are opportunistic business people. They are not directly involved with our natural, our fishing game at all, and they don't care. So it's up to guys like me and many people with the same knowledge and attitude as me to try to get out there and do something. So there you go. That's the word on that one. In case any of you can see me talking about wolves and I'm packing heat here, and that's why. But anyway, getting back to a couple of topics. And for all you people that are here for a lot of my hunting stories, hunting knowledge, obviously that's still going to come. And there's a handful of you out there who are expressing frustration and possibly messaging me too about taking on this controversial subject, these Sasquatch things. And just so you guys know, as you've heard previously, I've ran into these things a couple times, had maybe a dozen experiences with these things. None of it's pleasant. I didn't ask for it. And but now that I've addressed this publicly, like everybody should, I have over 7,000 people have contacted me, and probably 90% of those people have been distressed. They're in discomfort. They're having a lot of their hunting and their fishing and their backcountry passions ruined. And I know I've said this before, but there's literally 500 to 1,000 people new coming here every 24 hours. So in case you may have missed the earlier memo, that's what I'm doing. I'm helping these people. And if you can't understand that, you can't relate to that, that's unfortunate. And I'll guarantee you that you came in here on your own anyway, okay? It didn't cost you a dime. So you can suck it up and learn, or you can carry on your way and be absolutely grateful you haven't had one of these experiences, because it's not a good thing. And if you're laughing at the topic, well, you know what? I almost possibly envy being in that position, but I'm not, and I never will be. So here we are, okay? So and on that note, I'm going to share a story with you I just received yesterday, and this is basically a typical email that I get, but it's really going to shed some light on what's been going on for thousands of people, and it's also going to make it very clear for many of you why people like me are absolutely pissed off at a lot of these scumbags who have caused a lot of this grief, who have enabled this topic to become a joke, and who have hid the truth and the facts from the public intentionally while posing that there's some kind of research or they're involved with this topic. And they're making a difference, which they aren't. They're only making a difference to keep this topic a joke. But anyways, listen to this, okay? Just listen to this story and you're going to understand clearly, hopefully, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and many people behind me are, okay? Listen to this. Steve. Okay, listen to this. Steve, I have attached what happened to me when I was camping in the Great Smoky Mountains with my family when I was around 8 years old. I'm 56 now and have lived with this shit for 48 years. So yeah, I have a lot bottled up inside me. Never stop doing what you're doing. I would follow you to hell and back. You have no clue how much you're doing for all of us who know these damn things are here, and the shitwads who say we are stupid and clueless. We know that monsters are real. Thank you so damn much, man. Sincerely, Jeff Chalfa. I live in Virginia, and we are around 3 hours from the Great Smoky Mountains. When I was around 8 years old, so this is about 1971, I'm 56 now, I went with my family to the Smoky Mountain, and we went camping. The campground we ended up in was kind of the beaten path, off the beaten path, and up in the timber. There were other families there, but not a lot. Later in the evening, other kids and I were out passing football. There was another guy around my age, but the rest were girls, ranging 8 to 12 to 13. It was around dusk, so the light was fading away, but not enough that we couldn't see the football, which is orange, so we could see it. As we were passing the football around, one of these girls threw it way over my head and went into the woods. The campground was surrounded by the woods, so we were in there pretty deep. I went after the ball, which had done about 15 to 20 feet into the woods and down the embankment. I remember getting the football, and then I looked up about 20 to 20 feet on down the embankment. I saw what at first looked like one of these wooden statues you see at a tourist location. I wondered why a statue would be there until it moved. The rest of this thing stepped out from behind the tree it was beside of, and we stared at each other for 4 or 5 seconds. I've never seen anything as humongous as this thing. I remember it had some gray around his chest area, but never really got a good look at his face. But it was huge. I was frozen, I couldn't move. It moved so quickly back behind the tree, it almost disappeared, it was that quick. I ran as fast as I could back and told everyone that King Kong was in the woods. That is the only thing I can say that it looked like. The adults went and looked in the woods, but it was starting to get dark, and they told me I'd probably seen a bear. This wasn't a bear, this was a monster. The only person that believed me was my dad. We talked about it a few times when I grew older, and he believed me. My dad was a World War II Navy vet, and like your grandfather, the best generation this world has produced. I lost my dad when I turned 17 years old to a massive heart attack. Steve is the first place I have found that I have felt as if I could share what happened to me and no one would make fun of me or call me stupid. You know, fuck those people. That is exactly how I feel about it. I have dealt with the people that ridiculed me and said I was full of it or didn't know what I saw. Trust me, when someone sees one of these monsters, you never forget it. Everything, especially for an 8-year-old, changes. I knew that monsters existed all my life. I really didn't know anything at that age, about Bigfoot, so King Kong is the only thing I could compare it to until I knew more about these things. I grew up in Virginia. I live in the woods 24/7. Every time I go into the woods, this memory's sitting there, and I'm always on high alert, period. I thank God for you and your channel. This is the first place I've ever felt I could tell what happened to me, and you guys get it. Damn, man, I have tears in my eyes because I've lived with this all my life. Anything I can do ever, please let me know, and thank you, Steve, for everything you are doing. Sincerely, Jeff Chalpa. There you go. Do you see? You people that are confused, do you get it now? Are you picking it up? Because this is what has been going on for a long time, and this is what's going on. Okay? And this isn't an entertaining, fun, fuzzy subject. It's causing a lot of grief for a lot of innocent, good people. And there's a lot of idiots out there who are just intent on keeping these people shut up, keeping them quiet, and making fools out of them, laughing at them. Just like a handful of you are probably right now as I'm sharing this story with y'all, right? So, it's frustrating as hell, but we're turning it around because everybody's opening up, everybody's sharing, everybody's getting their confidence and their self-respect back, and they are understanding that there's just far too many people out here that know about this horse shit. And I'm moving along. So if I'm gonna share some other knowledge, handy knowledge with a lot of you guys. Again, if you want the clear indicator of who is basically your enemy when it comes to this topic, there's going to be the two common denominators they all share. And number one is they are going to be adamant about dictating to you that these things are a monkey or a gorilla. That's the first thing they have in common. And the second thing they have in common is they're going to want your money somehow. Okay? And that stands out like a sore thumb. So when you come across those types, just kick them to the curb. Tell them you know the truth if you have to engage with them, and don't give them any support at all. Just kick them to the curb, make them disappear. And then for a lot of other people out there who don't know about what my background is, I've been involved in taking people into remote locations on big game hunting trips, horseback trips, and as well sport fishing trips on the west coast of British Columbia. And I know exactly what you all deserve and all you get for your money, okay? Now, if you are thinking about or about to partake in some kind of expedition wrangled up by some group who claims to be a researcher community, and they are making you travel to them on your dime, put a roof over your head on your dime, pay for all of your food with your money, and you're giving them money to go on public land for some kind of potential Sasquatch experience or encounter, they're an absolute fraud and they're taking advantage of you. Okay? That's not how it works. Okay? It doesn't matter what the business is, what the topic is. If somebody is taking your money for any kind of expedition or outdoor activity, you are going to be taken care of. You're going to be transported, housed, and fed for your money. Okay? So there you go. That's what I can offer up to all of you for that. And if it is an encounter, an experience of one of these things you want, it's not hard to figure out where they frequent. Trust me. And all you have to do is go there. It's not going to be, you can't make it happen. I don't know why you'd want to intentionally have an experience with one of these damn things. To be honest, it's because there's nothing good about it. Nothing good comes from it. And don't let anybody convince you otherwise. It's not a pleasant thing to experience. Okay? Anyway, I gotta get going. I got things to do. And another thing too, I can add in one more thing for people that might not clearly see through bullshit. If you ever come across anybody who is attempting to charge you money. I don't even care if it's $2. If somebody's actually, if you come across somebody, a so-called well-known face, and they are absolutely about to, and they are actually attempting to charge you money to either A, take a selfie with them, or they think they can charge you money for an autographed photograph of themselves, walk away. Or kick them in the nuts and walk away. You can't get much more of a douchebag signature move than that, okay? Because if there's any human being in the world who's actually finds themselves in a place where mainstream people might actually want to have a photograph with them or an autographed photograph, keep in mind, it's all of you that put them in that place. It's all of you. They should be giving you money. All right? I heard a little while ago about a couple of different characters that are actually, one idiot's actually trying to sell autographed photographs of himself to people, and there's another moron out there who's actually trying to charge people for taking a selfie with them. It's amazing. The bullshit stands out so crystal clear to me, and if it doesn't to you, I'm going to make sure it does stand out to you clearly soon. Trust me.